Hello, class. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update regarding your commentary first draft. I extended the due date one day from Sunday to Monday, so it's due now Monday to give you an extra day. I see quite a few people need a little bit more time with that. Don't worry about sources at this point. Early next week, I'm going to give you an assignment, some videos to watch from the library. The library has developed a virtual lesson, critical lesson on sources and using the library. So we'll put off that until next week. You'll get some library instruction, and I'll give you also some information on citation and how to properly citate. I told you could use either MLA if you're familiar, or you can use APA. It really is up to you. If I need to, and we'll see, I would also give you an extension on the due date for your final paper, but concentrate on your first draft. Regarding your first draft, I've been looking at them. They've been pretty good. I've made some comments. You need 4 paragraphs. Your introduction should, of course, tell what the topic of your trend is. But remember, your introduction should have a thesis, and look at the PowerPoint. Your thesis needs to be in a particular format. It needs to say, my trend, my topic, my trend is a trend that is doing something. For instance, one of my favorite ones is the trend of Black Friday and Cyber Monday is a trend in society that is taking people more and more away from the traditions of family, giving thanks, and being together, and turning us into mindless shoppers on the internet. That's a very good expression of the trend. Your topic 2, paragraph 2, I'm sorry, should give an example of the trend in terms of its existence, an example of how Cyber Monday and Black Friday are becoming a trend that is having these effects. Maybe point to advertising. This would be a place where you would have a source. No doubt you would point to an example and back it up to show the trend actually exists. Remember, you want to express it as a trend, so you want to use those words. Paragraph 3, causes and consequences. You see what we're doing is we're taking commentary in terms of a developing trend, in terms of something that has movement, that has development, that has logic. So 3 takes the logical steps of who's responsible, how did this trend become a trend in society, and so what? What are the consequences? You can't say society is the cause. Society doesn't cause things. It's caused by something that is affecting society. Okay, and so the cause of the trend of Black Friday could be pressure from advertising to artificially create a period before the Christmas rush to lure people into thinking that if we lower prices some, boy, this is the time to buy, you don't want to miss out. And the consequences, well, we know what those are, taking people and turning them into going to Best Buy at 5:30 in the morning rather than sleeping in and connecting with their aunt and uncles and their family. That's the kind of thing. Your 4th paragraph assigns blame. Maybe we as a society are becoming too materialistic. Remember Christmas? Christmas is not about buying stuff. It's not Charlie Brown's Christmas. There's a reason we celebrate Christmas. We all know what it is, but we're getting away from that. So the consequences, the blame could be that society is simply getting away from remembering the things that are important to just using it as an excuse to engage in more and more consumerism. And the perspective could be that we have to look at ourselves, look at a constant pressure from apps, social media, advertisements, constant things in the stores to not just buy things simply because they're there. We can't just, as our priority, be I want, because we're constantly pressured to look for the next Xbox. Okay, so 4 paragraphs, introduction, thesis expressed as a trend, that is important. Examples of the trend, so your reader understands what you mean by, well, this trend of, video games mocking the genre of literature is diminishing the value of literature. You have to show an example of that. Your causes and consequences, and then assign blame or responsibility, and then your perspective is your viewpoint on how this is going to go and affect society more. Remember, and I've made a few notes on some submittals. Don't use first or second person. It's not I believe or my perspective. It's the perspective that society or perspective one should take is use objective language. Um, so I've extended it your draft by 1 day, and we will have an assignment starting Monday on library. It's very good. It'll give you some ideas of how to use the library, doing database research, and you can we'll look at integrating sources into your paper on starting Monday. Okay, so thank you, and I really appreciate everyone turning their assignments in. I've been giving you credit for turning in your drafts and doing the discussions. I will grade you more carefully and expeditiously on your final drafts because I want you to really do a good job on your paper. So I want you to follow the guidelines. Okay, well, thank you, and I'll talk to you on Monday.